push come to shove, it'll never come down the way you gotta the bit. You feel me? Nah, for real. It never come down to that. But I mean, shoot, if I'm really going down with the money, yo, what's good with it? Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it do. We back again. Ain't got no haircut, so the hoodie up. Might not have one for 90 days. I don't know. We finna go ahead and get into it. Yeah, I hope y'all boys doing straight. Drinking on that.
Trader, after working with me in 8 weeks, I will personally hand you $7,000. And I'm confident in making
It was 11:42 a.m. when Harris County sheriffs were notified of a murder in progress in the area of Cypress Station Drive in Houston, Texas. The caller reported witnessing a black male arguing with a black female in the common area of the 910 apartment complex. The female was running for her life as the male chased her down, standing over her before firing multiple times into the back of her head. He then fled the area on foot. Homicide investigators arrived on scene, viewing a black female laid out on the sidewalk with multiple gunshot wounds. CPR and life-saving measures were attempted, but homicide was called for a reason, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. An OmniLink tracking device, more commonly referred to as an ankle monitor, was observed on the victim's right ankle. The serial number was searched and found to have been installed on
He tripping. He done popped it with an ankle monitor on. He tripping.
27-year-old Rhysha Sanford, a mother of 5, who'd been released on a $15,000 bond for felony theft. Rhysha's criminal history dates back 7 years, and in 2021 alone, she'd been fighting 4 counts of theft on top of evading arrest and resisting an arrest search. Her criminal history shows multiple thefts, aggravated theft, assaults on family members, and at the very worst, aggravated assault with a firearm. A witness at the apartment complex claimed to have seen the murder unfold, but refused to speak with investigators on scene for fear of retaliation. Contact was made with the witness, who described seeing a man and a woman arguing before the man pulled a pistol from his back pocket and started chasing her. He then started shooting the victim before standing over her as she laid flat, face down on the ground, and repeatedly fired into the back of her head. Surveillance video from the apartment complex was obtained, showing Rhysha running through the complex when a blue Ford Fusion speeds into the parking lot area, chasing after her. The vehicle parked, and a black male exited the vehicle with the firearm. A different angle shows the man shooting at her before she fell to the ground. He can then be seen standing over her. 11 spent shell casings were found surrounding her body. 3 gunshots entered the back of her head, close to her neck, and another 3 gunshots entered her back shoulder. A separate witness, who identified herself as a relative to the victim, described,
Man, I ain't gonna lie. If it make you get this crazy, go ahead and leave it alone, man. It ain't worth it.
to investigators, the victim was in an abusive relationship with a man named Cameron, who went by the nickname King. The witness further stated King had shot Rhysha last week, and she was on the phone with Rhysha's mother, who could send investigators pictures of them together. Homicide further stated King had shot Rhysha last week.
He already shot her.
And she was on the phone with Rhysha's mother, who could send investigators pictures of them together. Homicide investigators were able to identify the alleged shooter as 29-year-old Cameron Davis, who is currently on bond for a felony violation of protection order in which he had previously assaulted Rhysha back in May. A police report states Rhysha had flagged down a Harris County deputy who observed her bleeding profusely from a fresh laceration on her lips. She also suffered swelling to her cheeks, jawline, and forehead as she described waking up to Cameron on top of her, punching her repeatedly in the face and ripping her hair from her scalp. She went unconscious before waking up again, grabbing her daughter, and finding law enforcement. Cameron's criminal history shows he's
What's up, guys? My name is Daisy Duncan, and I'm a wife, mother of 5, trader, and investor. Let me ask you a question. Have you all
Been violent since as early as 20 years old.
What Zero say? Ain't no gorilla pimpin' here. Won't be beating you. So if you don't be needing me, won't not be needing you. Nah,
When he was charged with 2 counts of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, only a month apart from each other. He'd go on to find himself fighting charges of carrying a handgun, felon in possession of a weapon, multiple counts of assaulting family members, and now murder, as Harris County sheriffs have filed an arrest warrant accusing him of the shooting death of his ex-girlfriend, Rhynesha Sanford. At this time, Cameron is on the run, and his multiple mugshots have been shared through multiple news networks and across social media as the family of Rhynesha demand justice.
That's my best friend. She didn't deserve that. She have kids, 5 kids and stuff like that. Her kids love her.
The kids don't have a mom no more. You know, they need their mom. And I have a grandbaby that also, she need her mom. What can I tell her? Her mom is not here anymore.
He's a monster. He's evil. He even threatened me that he was going to kill me. So that's why, like, I had kind of stepped back from getting her and taking up, like, where he was at, because he used to always pack a gun.
Not only that, but 2 men were shot and killed in the same apartment complex the day before Rhynesha was killed. Now 5 children will live the rest of their lives without a mother, and a witness will live in fear of retaliation as the accused killer is still on the run. Now, what would cause a man to murder his ex-girlfriend in such a brutal fashion? I don't think this is something that just happens. I feel like with this man, there's more to him than what we know. Most likely in juvenile records that the public don't have access to. I don't know if he was abused as a kid or if he was the abuser. Things like this just, when you have someone repeatedly abusing their girlfriend, I mean, she already had a protection order out against him. He allegedly shot her the week before killing her, so that may have been an attempted murder, and then this time he came back and finished it. But what's confusing is the witness is saying they were arguing beforehand. There's a lot of cases, and you can't blame the victim, but there's a lot of cases where the woman will keep going back to the man. It isn't 110% she just wants to get away from him, because I personally know females that have got.
so this 100% what's going on. Either shorty really doing something. I ain't gonna lie. If it ain't got nothing to do with, well, push come to shove, it don't never come down to where you gotta the bit. You feel me? Nah, for real. It never come down to that. But I mean, shoot, if something really going down with money, cheese, that's really the only time you might little baby powder. Nah. A play though. But nah, for real, that's the only time it might be justified. You feel me? Might be. Or if she put her hands on you, that's the only time it's really justified. She puts her hands on you, some, you know, you just, oh, my fault. Like she just hit you with a poo. Ooh, my fault. You know, something like that. You don't never just. Like, it don't come down to it. The ain't that good. Oh my mama, it ain't. On my soul, it don't get that good.
In restraining orders and still texting, hey, you want to come over, when they're drunk and lonely, and then they find themselves in the same abusive relationship, on and on and on. But the fact that the court records are showing he's assaulted family members before, he's been violent before. I mean, her too. She has similar charges to him. It seemed that they were together, a toxic couple. And for whatever reason, he decided to kill her. And it seems like a heat of the moment type of thing. It doesn't seem premeditated because there was an argument. He shot her previously. I'm not sure why It isn't saying that was reported to police because there's nothing online stating that it was. There's nothing in the police report stating that that shooting was reported to the police. I don't understand how the fuck he just shot her and then kills her the following week. I don't know how he found her. I don't know if this was a mutual thing and they just started arguing. We don't have those details. But what we do have is a case of domestic violence, domestic murder. We have something that we can learn from. Men, if we are dealing with things that are causing us to lash out, we need to seek help. And a lot of men don't seek help. A lot of men want to keep things bottled up. These are the same people you find in prison. And in prison, you might want to be cool with them because that reputation of being a killer and being oh so fucking violent is exactly the type of people you want in your circle in prison, because that fear will cause people not to fuck with you until he snaps on you. And you don't understand why he's stabbing you as you're looking at him like, what the fuck, I thought we were cool. It's because he has a mental issue. He has something that he hasn't dealt with that causes him to lash the fuck out. And everything's cool until it isn't. If we're dealing with these things, we need to speak with people. We need to seek guidance. We need to seek help. There's nothing wrong with that. And for the women that find themselves in these relationships, you need to get out of these relationships. They're toxic. They're poison. You understand that. You can't keep consuming poison.
I'm gonna say this now for real. As black men especially, man, if you're going through it, let me go ahead and exit this so y'all can see me a little bit. If you're going through it, go seek out some little therapy. Do not even tell the bitch, cause she gonna use it back against you. Don't even open up to her like that, keep it it's cool, hoo 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 hoo. But if you really going through it in your mind, open up the Bible, read it, get down and pray. And if that ain't enough, go see your pastor. If you ain't comfortable with him, go see a therapist. Spread some little cheese, go see a therapist. I promise you it's gonna help your mental. I promise you. These are trained professionals. I promise you I ain't think it until I did it. And then for the females, especially, if y'all in the toxic relationship, which 9 times out of 10 y'all like it, or some type of feeding of the ego with y'all or something like that, man, I can just say, man, just leave. That's the best thing I can say. But you know how y'all do, you know how y'all get. Y'all probably doing something to make him do that, or y'all like doing that, or it's just a heat of the moment thing. I don't know. But you feel me? Go ahead and cut that out on my soul. But it ain't nothing left on the video for real. We just got 1090 spin this game, no ice on the chain, yeah. But y'all already know who it is, y'all already know what it do. Finna be back with another little nah, for real. But yeah, finna be back with another little banger. No haircut. Shit, I'm just on here still like I'm a saint. Nah, for real. But yeah.